chest bumping from the people out there. There it is. 808 in the building. Just finished with episode 412 of Who's to Blame podcast. It is up on our Facebook page, Who's to Blame, Instagram, Who's to Blame the podcast, and Twitter at W2B, Dre Montez. On today's show, we talked about believing in yourself. When I've run across a lot of people who have started their own business, trying to do their own thing, from athletes to artists out there. We've heard the stories of people that have done this. We've heard the pros and the cons on this. And a lot of things that you hear can kind of get you off the path sometimes. But I'm here to tell you, keep believing in you. People are going to call you an asshole. They're going to call you a piece of shit. They're going to call you selfish. They're going to call you a narcissist. But you look at everybody that has made it. They tell you key stories. Don't stop believing in you. Look in the mirror. There's nothing wrong with having self-esteem. There's nothing wrong with believing in you. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let people tell you that. It's nothing bad to believe in you. The most important thing people always tell you, believe in yourself. But for some reason, when athletes bet on themselves, when artists bet on themselves, we and other people put these titles out there, these labels on them. And you hear it a lot with the same thing with people that are doing their own thing or trying to do their own thing. I'm here to tell you, believe in yourself and don't fucking stop. Keep going. Keep going. Believe in you. Also, I talked about the NBA today, the thoughts on the season, the format. My Lakers signed J.R. Smith. I'm going to miss Avery Bradley. But hey, what would you do if you were a professional athlete considering what's going on? Stay at home, your family, health concern, but you get out here and play ball. The decision's up to you. But what the NBA format is, I talked about that, broke it down a little bit as well. I also talked about the book of the month. It is July 1st. You can go to Amazon and order best-selling international author Luke Murphy, latest book, Red Zone. Check it out. You can get that today. Also, I talked about my new love out here is this TV show on Hulu, Horace and Pete. It's a bar-driven show. Surprise there. Cheers was one of them shows that got me earlier. But this one here is with Louis C.K. before the U2 movement got him. The Me Too movement. Steve Buscemi, Edie Falco, Alan Alda's on this show. The cast of characters, the content, and the stories. It's about two brothers named Horace and Pete that started a bar in 1916 in New York. That's all I'm going to tell you. But check it out. And something I learned from that show was, what is your chemistry set? One of the characters in the show said, I don't drink. I take acid. And to pick me up from acid, I take Adderall. And to pick me up from Adderall, I drink coffee so I can read the newspaper. And the guy said, that's a hell of a chemistry set. That's the first time I ever heard of that. So I talked about, what is your chemistry set out there? Not judging nobody at all. You got to do what you got to do what you want to do. We also talked about today, does it really matter who's covering the sports that you like? Do you really care who's covering your NBA? If TNT took away Ernie, Charles, and Kenny and put a new crew up there, would you still follow the NBA? Does it matter who covers the NFL to you? Does it matter who covers Major League Baseball, NHL, NASCAR, the golf, your sports? Does it really matter who covers it? And the reason I brought that up, there's a lot of shakeup on some of the sports networks out there with the upcoming NBA and the NFL and collegiate football season. So I threw that little mix out there. And what else did we talk about? I think that pretty much covers everything that we shared today. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, yeah. And there's a TV show on Hulu as well. It's a documentary. It's about this bar in Oklahoma called Red Dog. Look here. If you have an uncle or an aunt that is in their 70s, I want you to talk to them. Find out how they used to party back in the day. Because this documentary on Hulu called Red Dog about this bar in Oklahoma, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It's written from the child on what he remembered And then he started talking to his mom, and she really opened up his eyes. But if you know somebody in your family or a friend that you talk to all the time that's in their 70s, just have an interesting talk with them on how they used to party. Yeah, you'd be amazed on how the party and lifestyle used to be. And it had me thinking about this on this way back Wednesday here. But again, check out the latest episode of Who's to Blame, the podcast, episode 412. It is up. You guys have a great day. And don't forget, believe in yourself. Enjoy.